today's show, Dr. Pam Spur will explore the housemates' psyches to tell us how they're coping with the final week in the house.
Indeed she will, but before all of that, things got more than a bit soppy in the house last night. And I'm not talking about Josie and John James under the duvets.
At 9:18 last night, Big Brother evacuated housemates after a freak storm flooded the house. In the words of Semi Pepper...
Easy for you to say.
Semi Pepper, forget Fight Night. This is Armageddon.
Yeah, let's take a look at what happened.
That's the nicest coloured sky I've ever seen.
Yeah. Have you seen how dark the clouds are, John?
This has got to be a really big storm, I think.
Hope so.
It really is coming down, isn't it?
Do you reckon that's the rain, John, or the air conditioning?
It's rain.
Hmm?
It's rain.
Oh my God, that is amazing, isn't it?
Is it raining?
No, not at the moment. It's just starting.
Oh my God! John! John! Oh my God!
The house is leaking. The house is...
Quick, come here, quick. Check this out.
Their way to the small task room through the dining room immediately. Housemates, please be quiet.
Yeah.
Big Brother has to evacuate housemates to the small task room. Big Brother will notify housemates when the situation is clear.
That's a flash flood. Well, that is in the room.
Can't believe it.
Just going to bring you out now, so you can...
Oh, thanks.
So here we are, we're in the porter cabin. Our Lord opened the heavens above the Big Brother house, poured down. Everything in there is soaked, the whole place is flooded.
You good boy? Look, they're giving it.
We'll go here, Joe.
Where are we going, son?
Wow! Oh, we've got our cooking and stuff.
Which one are you having, Dave? This one or this one? Whatever one.
So, guys, that was a little adventure, wasn't it?
Oh, who would have thought it? Even Bob Wright didn't predict that one. So to find out what this means for the series, we're now joined by a man who's seen many floods of tears in the house over the years, but never an out-and-out flood. It's the man behind Big Brother. Please welcome Phil Edgar Jones. The boss man. The boss man. Phil Edgar Jones, when did you first realise there was something wrong in the house?
When somebody phoned me at 9:30 last night and said, I'm afraid the house is flooded. We're going to have to evacuate the housemates.
What a
it's
nightmare,
a disaster.
Phil. What were you doing at the time you took the call?
I was with some friends having a nice meal.
Right, OK, very good. Now, as usual, the forums are full of conspiracies. Everybody's saying that this was your doing. Everybody's saying that this is perhaps part of the final task. That's not the case,
Do you know, I wish myself and the task team could create floods.
You wish you thought of it.
You know, it was a storm of apocalyptic, almost biblical proportions. I lived just down the road in North London. It was like having a bathtub.
It was incredible, wasn't it?
It was absolutely
Just how much rain went into the house, Phil?
Well, if you know what the beds are.
Yes.
So there are mattresses about that thick, just under about a foot thick. In the cavity in which the mattress thick.
Full of water,
full
Phil.
Of water.
You're kidding me.
Water.
Can you believe it, guys?
I'm not kidding you.
Almost
a lot
a foot.
of water.
Now, you took the cameras in this morning, didn't you, Phil?
Yes.
Let's have a little look at Phil in the house.
So as you can see, it's in a bit of sort of work in progress. Underneath the carpet here, which is completely sodden, but it's actually starting to dry out now. So it's taken up all the moisture from under there. But you can see that. Look, it's like a sponge. Got all these fans trying to dry the place out. So the water was just tipping down through the roof here. So you'll notice there are no mattresses on the beds. The mattresses are actually soaked through. And just to give you a sense of the scale of it all, the water was coming up to about there on these beds. And you can see that's about, you know, almost just under a foot deep. So lots of holes have been drilled into the bottom of the beds to let the water drain away.
Amazing work there from Phil.
Thank you very
much. It's like an episode of Rogue Traders in there.
Cowboy builders.
Yeah, exactly. What happened when the housemates got out of the house? I'm assuming they weren't let near the internet or any newspapers.
No, absolutely not. They're all kept together. They were placed in porta cabins just down there.
Just across there.
And filmed the whole entire time.
Yeah.
With our care team. Looking after them, making sure they didn't do anything naughty. Apart from
safety is paramount.
Popcorn, yes, exactly.
You know, I saw Sam Pepper had pockets full of stuff. The little rascal.
Cheeky imp.
What do we know what actually caused the problem?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And as with all these things, there's rather a mundane explanation, but it's rather an odd explanation. I'm going to blame the housemates because you know how they play these games with the socks, where they roll them up into balls and throw them about. Quite a few socks got onto the roof, got stuck in the guttering. Clogged up the guttering, so when the rain came down, they had nowhere to go. They couldn't get into sort of the exit routes, so it collected on the roof.
What a hilarious schoolboy excuse!
Only one way to go: down.
Socks in the drain, guys. Have a look at this.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh. Dave, JJ's gonna. That's like 8 of his socks.
Let me tell you something, boys. What JJ don't know, don't hurt him.
Huh? Doesn't hurt JJ, but it did in the end, didn't it?
Those pesky housemates.
Those pesky housemates. When will they return, Phil? Oh, it's only raining, guys. Amazing.
Well, they're basically locked out of the living room at the moment, and the bedroom and the diary room. So they can use the garden, the big task room, and the kitchen. And we're using the nest as a makeshift diary room. About 7:15 tonight, hopefully they'll all go back into the house.
They'll all be back in the house.
And I'm told that the carpets are dry, but in about 2 or 3 weeks, they'll start to stink because they'll go all mouldy.
Right.
So hopefully
everyone will be out, or maybe that'll be the last week. It'll be stinking in there. Fantastic. Now, of course, whilst we suffered some extreme conditions here, others only miles away escaped the storm, guys. So to explain the unpredictable freak weather, we've only got Michael Fisher on the line. Sir Michael, are you there?
Hello, yes I am.
Lovely to have you on the show, sir. Michael, was this heavy rain something that had been forecast?
Well, yes, it was, but before I do that, I hope you've got those drains unblocked, because it's going to be absolutely tipping it down with you within the next half an hour or so.
There's more coming, Michael.
There is indeed. I bet you can see it out the window. Look to the west.
I'm not looking out the window, Michael. I'm sat in the rain, actually.
But like today, yesterday was forecast. We said there would be scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, and you got just about the only one that was in the country. And as I just said, there's another one with your name on it heading your way right now.
Oh, that's fantastic news. Thank you, Michael Fish. Michael, very quickly, are you wearing a nice woolly jumper today, sir?
No, I'm afraid I'm not. I've just got back from work, so I'm a little bit smart.
Disappointment. Michael Fish, everybody, beautiful man. Finally, the big question, Phil. Will the quadruple eviction go on?
Absolutely, yes.
It's all going to be all right, guys. Phil Edgar-Jones, everybody. Give that man a big round of applause. Now, they may have all been evacuated temporarily last night, but as Phil said, this Friday, and a Big Brother first, 4 of them will be leaving for good. Which 4 will it be? You decide. Here are the all-important numbers to dial.
To evict Andrew, call 09011 323 015. To evict Corin, call 09011 323 003. To evict Dave, call 09011 323 004. To evict JJ, call 09011 323 018. To evict John James, call 09011 323 007. To evict Mario, call 09011 323 009. To evict Sam, call 09011 323 020. To evict Steve, call 09011 323 013. Calls cost 50p from a BT landline, other networks may be higher and mobiles will cost considerably more. 15p from each call will be donated to charity. Details and terms at channel4.com/Big Brother. Voting closes in Friday's show. That's it for part 1. Join us after the break when I'll be going into the house to see what progress has been made since this morning.
And we'll be filling you in on exactly why Josie has dumped John James. Yeah, you heard me right. What's he in for? Hello and welcome back to BBLB. It's day 71. The time now 6:17. Let's go over to the house, Big Brother house. This is George. You're live on E4. Please do not swear.
OK, but can I get really excited?
Who's this young boy in the house?
Oh, so shut up. Right, now I know the one thing, George, that you'll really, really want to know is the wigs. The wigs are intact. Do you know, they smell really pleasant. No, not dirty or anything. Right, now, so the house got flooded last night. John James and Josie's bed, which we saw them get soaked in. You'll be happy to know.
Any good? All dry?
It's all dry.
Fantastic
they
news.
Can have a right
Great
little
news,
roll
isn't it,
around
guys?
on there
Great
later.
news.
So the ceilings, which is where...
What's that over there on the left a bit?
Where?
Just by the bed there?
This?
Yeah.
It's another mattress.
All right, then.
They're all drying out.
Yeah.
But they seem dry now. I came in earlier and they had loads of heaters on. It was like being in the tropics, but they've all gone now. The heaters have disappeared. The carpets, they're a bit battered.
Does it smell, Em? Does it smell?
No, it doesn't smell at all. But they seem to be drying out. And, oh, I've got to be quiet because they're all in the kitchen behind there. And these, look, they ran out of buckets to collect the water.
Old school.
So
raid the task room.
Pools. Sam's going to love these when he comes back in. Bob Reiter, who obviously has been causing havoc over the past couple of days, he's fine, he's all intact. And I found some... They're ever so noisy in there. I'm really excited. They're clothes, they're washing.
No way.
Even though it's wet. It's dry.
She'll sniff anything, Emma Willis.
Are these your
Amazing.
pants?
Anything she'll sniff.
Look.
Yeah.
No more coffee. No more coffee.
Oh, yeah, remember that. You look exactly like him, actually. That's weird.
Like a boy?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, you done? Emma Willis,
done.
everybody. Beautiful stuff. Right, let's go to the news. Right, 10:21 today. Some early morning bickering quickly turned into a full-blown argument between Josie and John James, all about little Shammy Pepper.
He said he just ganged up on him, that's what he said.
Oh, come on, who can gang up on Sam Pepper? He's come in the house, he's insulted everyone left, right and bloody centre, and now you're accusing people of ganging up on him.
You can still gang up on him.
Get on, John.
You can still gang up on him.
Nobody did, though. No one ganged up on him. No one. And you're going to look like such an idiot when you replay.
We would have an argument this morning. I just came out here.
Why are you playing the victim?
And
Get
you just
real. Stop acting fake.
Yeah.
If you're going to turn on me, you're Sam Pepper, think what it's going to be like out there. I'm sorry, I didn't want that.
I'm not going to turn on you, Josie.
We're obviously not that strong, are we?
I'm not going to turn on you,
We're
Josie.
obviously not that strong. The fact of the matter, I don't want to be with anybody who's got no respect for women like that anyway.
Oh, could this signal the end for the Bristol-Australia alliance? And whilst all this was happening, Bob Reiter had dropped off some special ingredients for breakfast. Anyone for cricket's ants and tarantula?
The ants are the worst because they're gooey.
Just crunchy. I'm just pleased to have food cooked for me.
Give her one ant. Give her one ant.
Just one.
Just one.
One little ant on there.
Doing good, just carry on.
Why?
Did anyone else eat tarantula head?
No, I had body, but not head.
She don't want butter in her, so.
It's not so terrible, is it?
There's a worm that won't go down.
Just a little reminder, guys, do not try that at home. If you've got a tarantula, don't cook it or eat it. Now, it looks like that task wasn't too hard to swallow. And at 2:05 this afternoon, John James went to speak to Big Brother. Obviously, his rift with Josie has affected him more than anyone could have guessed.
The only thing I really care about left here is Josie. That's it. That's all I care about, whether she wants to believe that or not. Like, she's the only reason I'm still hanging around. So if my relationship with her is ruined, then there's no point in me kicking about, really, is there? I guess I just wish her all the best and leave, really. There's nothing else I can do. What am I supposed to do? I can't force someone to talk to me.
Oh, poor little John James, yeah? A massive surprise for you. I can report now that John James has calmed down. He's still in the house. And let's go back to the prediction task. A familiar face re-entered the house today. Let's have a look.
Would you rather be handcuffed to Ben or appear on Ben's US-style TV programme, The Ben Show?
I want to be handcuffed to Ben. Hey! Oh my god, I bet you weren't expecting to see me.
No, look at you.
Have you missed me?
Of course I've missed you.
Oh. Even though I could be dreadful sometimes.
No, I missed you so much.
Oh.
Ben really thrust into Mario there with that hug. I'm wondering what he's going to make of Sammy Pepper. And the big news, guys, Bob Wright has just dropped in the new task into the house. You can keep up to date on how the housemates are getting on by heading to our website, channel4.com/Big Brother.
It has been quite a week for our housemates. First, they found out that rather than having weeks to go, they've actually got days. Next, Big Brother asked them to rate their mates in front of each other. And then Mother Nature threw a storm into the mix. So, to help us understand how the cogs are turning in their tiny little minds, it's Pam Spur. How you doing, Pam? Yeah, very good, thank you. Right, so how do you think they've been getting on since they found out they've only got like a matter of days to go?
Well, you know, the explosive events of Friday night served to destabilise what's called their long-term resilience. Exactly. Now, think of that as your emotional bank balance. So when you're in the black, you've got lots of resilience. Yeah. When you're in the red, you don't. And crises can kind of throw you into the red. Exactly. And if something good happens, you can go back into the black. Now, we know Josie, of course, has that golden ticket. Yeah. So right now, she's riding high. She's right up in the black as far as you can go. And as you've seen on the news, you know, she's tackled John James. She's got that confidence just to go for what she believes in right now.
She's sitting pretty sweet right now.
Exactly.
So did anyone surprise you when they found out the news?
Oh, Andrew, when you think about Friday night, how he immediately stood up, took charge of the golden ticket issue. And you've got to remember that when he came on in the series, he was a bit shy, the geeky boy, and once the girls...
do you buy that, the whole kind of shy thing? You don't think
he
that's
absolutely was. No act there. And as the girls fussed over him, he went right up into the black. And he was in the black on Friday night, absolutely, when he did that, took over control. But then, as soon as we had Rate Your Mate task...
Yeah, that changed everything yesterday.
When he heard that he was seen as kind of like false and that he was kind of forgettable, he plummeted into the red. And, of course, he went to Mario in the nest for that sort of... He was doing classic comfort-seeking behaviour.
Right. So last night we saw Rate My Mate. John James won it, but it seemed to show a lot of the housemates' insecurities. They all came out. So... why was he so angry still? Because he really wasn't happy, even though he'd kind of won the task.
Well, you have to think of his character, and we got to look back to Friday night. Now, when John entered the house, he was in the red. He was kind of an angry and insecure guy.
But popular still.
But popular. And as he realised that, you know, he carried on throughout the series in the black. But Friday night, he is a man who craves stability, and as soon as that was thrown out of the window with the golden ticket issue, he came plummeting down. And the interesting thing is when you check out his expression, of course, when Josie was being offered the ticket, you might think he'd be going, yay, go on, give it to Josie. Yeah. But some of his facial expressions were extraordinary and concealed the fact that actually he's in it to win it. You know, the gentleman doth protest too much.
He has been banging on about it quite a lot, hasn't he? But he flew from the other side of the world and spent a lot of money, to be honest. So
and that shows how much he wants it.
I don't understand. Yeah. Now, Sam, he's kind of gained loads of confidence over the past few days.
Oh, and I think he was confident when he went in,
too.
Yeah,
but he didn't rate very highly in the Rate My Mate task. So do you think he really cares?
Oh, the thing about Sam, he's got this extraordinary independence of character. And that means he really doesn't care what people think of him. So he sailed through with all his little, you know, hijinks he was getting up to, teasing Josie and stuff. And it was only when he fell out with John James, who had really bonded with in a kind of deep way,
I was really surprised
that he went into the
how
red.
much that knocked him, because I didn't think something like that
would
affect him very
and he went right in the red. He got a bit quieter for a time. Then his confidence rebuilt, and the fascinating thing, when that confidence rebuilds with someone like Sam, he was prepared to tackle Dave in the kitchen and actually tell him honestly and genuinely he doesn't think he's trustworthy.
He really stood up to him, didn't he?
Absolutely.
So why did it bother Dave so much when Sam said that he didn't trust him? Because he hasn't been Sam's biggest fan, so you would think maybe it just wouldn't bother him.
I'll tell you why he cares. Okay, Dave sailed into the house beginning of the series, has been full of confidence. He's a lay preacher. Part of his personality is about people needing him. He loves to be needed. He loves to be the center of attention. And, of course, the fact that he was rated in the Make Your Rate task as attention-seeking shows that. So he was coasting along in the black when Sam made that dig at him in the kitchen about his... you know, trustworthy, his lack of trustworthiness, that goes right to the core
It really
of his
knocks him, didn't it?
self-belief
Yeah.
system. So he went down into the red, and then we saw him try and take control, and he then approached Sam in the bathroom, and if you look at his physically dominant body
wouldn't let it
language...
go at all.
Oh, yeah, he was so dominant.
So last night we had the floods and the storm and everything. How is that going to affect their long-term resilience, do you think?
Well, that throws them into an expectational crisis. The last few days they expected to go a certain way. That's all gone up in the air, and I expect to see some big ructions, as in the news we saw with John, James and Josie, of course.
Yeah, then they're not getting on, are they?
It really throws resilience when something like that happens unexpectedly.
And what about their long-term resilience now from now till Friday? How do you think they're going to get on?
Well, you think they'd be calm. It's only a few days away, but because it's within their
it's
grasp,
a big eviction, though, isn't it?
all of them think they can win now. So they're desperate, all of them, to get there. So that any little thing could set them off. A good thing can send them way up, high resilience. A bad thing can send them right back down into the red, because everything right now has greater meaning.
Pam, thank you so much. Pam Sparrow.
Right, that's all we've got time for today. Do join us tomorrow when we'll be joined by Grime Goddess, Lady Song.
And make sure you tune in to a very special 90-minute edition of the main show tonight on Channel 4 at 10 o'clock. First, you can see what happened when the housemates got the keys back to the house over at the website. We'll see you tomorrow.